What's going on, people? Hope you guys are having a superb day right now, because it is super hot and we just decided to subject ourselves into this run and go out and destroy our bodies. So let's see. So today we're gonna talk to you all about 4 innovative ways to make money right now in the year 2021, right? Because you gotta figure out new ways to build your wealth and be able to pay your bills and hopefully have some money saved over for some extra fun, because I don't know about you, but I love that. So way number 1 is by far my favorite way. So out of the 4, it is to invest your money, right? That's what you want to do. You can put it into so many different things, right? You got cryptocurrencies, all different kinds of ones. I know Dogecoin is going crazy, and if you want probably the safest bet, you could stick with one of the bigger ones like Bitcoin, and that thing's going for like 61,000. But you can obviously buy a piece of that. You don't have to put in all your money into trying to get entire Bitcoin, although if you can, good for you, but that's one way. And of course you got the cryptocurrencies and you got the stocks, and it's not to say that you could just buy something like Apple, Amazon, Tesla, right? Those huge companies that I'm pretty sure that you're pretty sure that those big companies, those giants, are gonna keep growing over time. And why not invest in them, and join in on their growth, as these huge companies, right? The big keep getting bigger. And for that, why not invest with them? But there also exists another way, right? And those are called index funds. Those funds, are super cool because they allow you to invest in a bunch of different companies at once, right? Like the S&P 500, the 500 biggest companies, in the world, or at least the United States, right? The 500 biggest companies. And from that, you can own a piece of them all at once. So if one company has a rough day and goes down, which happens to like every company, you won't get hurt as bad because you have the other companies to give you that support. So you're pretty much betting on the whole sector, which you can say is safer because it's just so much at once. And from that, you can build your wealth, right? You can expect probably like a 7 to 15% rate year over year if you go something like 10 years, 20 years into that. So not a bad way, to make more money and simply not even lift a finger, right? The only fingers you'll be lifting really is, to put in those trades and those orders, to buy those stocks. So that's way number 1. Way number 2 is to drive for Uber or Lyft, right? Make it a side hustle for you, because I don't know about you, but your job probably isn't running 24/7, and you have extra time that you could have been either sleeping, watching TV, or doing something it's not the most productive, although you want to sleep, but not too much. And why not, if you have a car, use it to drive around town, give people rides, and get some money for it, get some extra bucks when you have extra time from your work. And if you don't have work, then you could still try and drive for these companies, and you actually have more time, right? You can be more dedicated to it, because in a sense it'll be your full-time gig, right? It'll be what your focus is on, and you can make pretty decent money off of that. I forget what the rate is per hour. I think it's like 10 bucks, 20 bucks, but over time, you're able to save that money and create more income sources besides just your regular job. Or if you're struggling, can't find a job, definitely recommend that way. And that brings us to number 3, which is to turn in or trade in or sell your electronics, your old devices that you don't use anymore, or your old clothes, right? I don't know how to stress this enough, because those old electronics that you don't use, that old stuff, not only is it just creating extra clutter and space within your house, right, for something that you essentially don't use. Why would you have that sitting around, collecting dust, taking a broom, when instead you can have some cold hard cash, right? Because people need those things, right? Because it's not to say that you always have to have that old iPad or iPhone that you used to have, right, just sitting around, just for you to look at and reminisce. But someone else wants to have that, someone else wants to use it, and people will pay you money for that. And that stretches to old clothes, old items that you used to own, right? You can either donate them, you could do that, right? Though that's probably the more kind-hearted way. Or if you want some money, you can go on eBay and sell those things, or go to clothing stores. There's thrift stores that will take your old clothes, give you money right there and then. Make it as easy as possible, right? You don't have to go through the trouble of making a listing on eBay, figuring out what product this is, how much it's worth, and then when it sells, if it does, worry about packaging it and everything. For this method, you can just go to the store, just drive or walk or take a bus, whatever way you have, and take those old clothes to the store and get rid of them, right? Because you don't need them, right? They're just sitting around in your house taking up room, right? And they're probably not the coolest thing not in style anymore. And from that, you're able to generate some money, right? And there's even some clothes that you probably can still return, and that's another way, right? If you haven't used something, an item, an electronic, whatever, and you have the receipt, it's still in the box, everything, why not return it and get your money back? And because that money is simply extra money. It's like they're paying you pretty much to give it back, right, and have it out of your way. So from that, that's probably, in my opinion, the easiest way, right, next to going to an electronics store or a pawn shop and turning it in and selling it, because you get what you paid for it. Because in these places, they will pay you less than what you paid for it, because it's simply used. It's not the same as when you bought it. And from that brings us to our 4th point, right? Say you got a car, right? You got a buddy's car, right? I've done this one with buddies that do this, and they serve as delivery drivers. They go out and give food, whether it's DoorDash, Uber Eats, you name it, right? These different delivery companies offer you a unique way to make money, right, on the side, right? Because you're giving these people a service, right? You're bringing them the food that they want, and pretty much by you solving that problem, someone's gonna pay you for it. And within that, why not dive in that. Why not try that way? Because, hi, what's up? And that's something that you can do, after work, right, or before work. Crank out a couple deliveries, get those done, right? Throw on some headphones, put on a podcast, put on some music, right? Because that's something you probably can't do if you're driving for Uber or Lyft, because you gotta put, some good music for the people, right? You gotta entertain them. But here, you're pretty much on your own until you come into contact with the people you're giving the food to. And from that, you have a lot more freedom. It's a lot more chill, right, in a sense. And from that, you can create some extra money, learn some new stuff. Because I know I did, during my time as a delivery boy for Uber Eats, I put on so many different podcasts and different audiobooks, right? I was trying to grow while I was growing my money, right? As cool as that may be or may sound, don't you think that's pretty awesome, right? Because you're able to grow your cash and grow your mind, because those two things will set you for life pretty much. And from that, let's see, and I just had to show up real quick. I get it. So let's see, we'll cross this one first and then go over. And then continue the video. Continue. Oh, it looks like, never mind. Oh man. Now we're just gonna have to wait over here and see where these cars to go. Are we gonna do it halfway? Now we got half of it done. Now we got the other side to go through. So let's see. Oh, and it's red. Look at that. So from that, you have those 4 ways, to keep in mind, right? When, you're, down on your cash and all stuff, because that happens to everyone. It's happened to me, right? Don't be afraid, to know, that you need money, right? Because although some people may say that money doesn't necessarily bring you happiness, right? But, you can argue that you need it, to get by, to survive, to, build a lifestyle that you want to live and pay your bills, right? Because that's where it starts. It's your ability, to pay those bills, right? And enjoy, having the ability to be potentially financially free, because that's what your goal is in the end, is to work, I'd hate to say, these crummy jobs or, hustle until, you get to the point to where money don't matter no more, right? And you have the opportunity, to wake up and simply say, no, I don't feel like going to work today, and I don't have to, right? So it doesn't matter. So from that, chase after that, right? I'm chasing after that. That's a big goal of mine, is to be able to be in that position, right? That's my dream. That's what I'm striving for. And from these 4 tips, I hope you're closer to that.